talking about how to train a child. It's a collective assignment and it is a lifetime assignment, because as a parent, you just realize that up to the time that child is on his own, you are still involved.
Yes.
You are still involved. But taking it from the cradle, I would like to start with the scripture in Proverbs 22 verse 6,
Okay.
which says, it's not a suggestive scripture. It's like an order.
Yeah.
If we want good for ourselves, if we want good for our families, just obey it, just do it. It says, train up a child in the way he should go,
Okay.
and when he is grown, he will not depart from it. That's instructive. That's
Like a command.
like a command. Train up a child. Do it right from the beginning, so that at the time when you are supposed to be resting, you don't continue laboring and over laboring and still laboring. But there is an age as parents you should retire
Sure.
from child upbringing matters.
Yes.
If you start it early.
Sure.
That's why he says, train up that your child is a gift from God. Every child is a gift from God to us. And as custodians, God requires us at the end, we will still give account to God and how you train any child, how you raise any child.
Okay.
Yes, you will give account to God. I live in that consciousness.
Yes, you've given us the biblical part of how to train a child, which is the foundation, which is train up a child in the way he should go. When he's old, he will never. When he's old, you may not be there. When he's old, he's not in university. When he's old, he's not even having his own family. But because of the foundation you, as a mother, as a father, as parents, guidance are given to that child, it's more like the child has a good and solid foundation, so he's going or growing in that way, which is good, perfect. But my question now is, what about the parents that just feel they have done their own by bringing this child into the world and let the child just find his or her way from there? What advice do you have for these parents?
That's a big tragedy.
Wow.
It's a tragedy for a man and a woman to bring a young child into this world, and after a short while you feel you are fulfilled, you've done nothing until that child is matured, and the responsibility starts from there. It is the duty of the man and the woman and other family members to nurture this child and lay down basic rules and principles for this child, so that the child has something with which to grow up. Children, they learn from what they see. A lot of them pick from their environment.
What advice do you have for mothers or parents? Because some fathers might also be like that. Some are able to get a non-single mother or father. They are as parents, but they just feel they have failed and now they are focused on their child. It might be a boy, it might be a girl. That's why some boys will run into the street. So they do street games. They'll start with looting, collecting things and run. Before you know, if they don't address it, they get into the main robbery where they'll have to carry ammunition, guns, and the likes. So what advice do we have for parents like that?
Thank you, my daughter. You see, that is why our society is the way it is now.
Yeah.
The society is smelling stinky, because some of our youths, some of our future youth generation have come from foundations where there are lots and lots of error.
Yeah.
And it's a big problem. It's a very, very big problem. And that is where you don't deny that child education. Education is another foundation, another way of helping that child to build up himself, have something to hold on to. How can you not prepare to have a child before bringing children into the world.
Sometimes they are prepared, but something came up and now their hands are tied, and they feel the short. People like shortcuts. Nigerians, Africans, they like shortcuts. So right now, it's more like this is not how I plan my life as a father. This is not how I plan my life as a mother, but it has happened. So you have to help yourself. So we even have an adage: "The devil help those who help them." I don't bring you from this world. Find your way.
Please, I want to advise
Yes.
mothers,
Yes.
parents. Let me start with single mothers.
Yes.
No woman actually got married to end up training children alone. No woman starts with that. But along the line, things will happen and issues will come up. It is not the fault of your child or your children that you fell into such a family matter, and so you don't load it out on the children.
At all.
I have seen single mothers that sell their wrappers, that sell their clothes. Let me give you another illustration. My father died when I was a little child.
Oh, sorry.
I never knew my dad.
Wow.
My mom had just 4 of us, 4 girls with no boy. That woman, she was not educated,
Wow.
but my mother stood her ground. She was doing manual jobs to feed her children. My mother will go and weed grass for other women just to have food to eat and give to her children. But you see, because of what our mother went through, so I took it on myself to take care of my siblings and gave my mother rest.
Yes.
Today, I have a PhD.
Sure.
My elder sister, after 6 children, I put her back in school. She's a graduate. She's teaching. My 2 younger sisters, I sent them to school. Today, we have 4 graduates in the family.
One, the mother was trying to make ends meet. Making ends meet is like putting a shelter over your kids' head, your children's head, and giving them food to eat. Yes, they were not able to go to school at that time, but because of the knowledge, the foundation, the belief she has, she was able to stand years later for both her elder sister and her younger ones, and today they are all graduates. So I don't see any right or reason why any woman will stand up to say it is not good with me, so therefore I will not train my children. Please train your children in the right way. Number 1, let it be a godly foundation, and number 2, give them an enabling environment. Try, go the extra miles as a father, go the extra miles as a mother, go the extra miles as guidance, go the extra miles as parents. Please, it is not an excuse. The topic is train a child in the proper way. Try. There is nothing good that will be so suitable or palatable for you, but when you put your mind to doing something that is good, definitely you walk through it and you stand up tall. We have a whole lot to talk about, and when next we meet, we'll be talking about more concerning this topic. I remain your ambassador, Belema, a fierce mama, that African girl with the mandate. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.